How's nice game today, and was this sort of a turning point for you, just in terms of getting back and getting your timing back after being on the IL for a little while?
Yeah, definitely. Felt good to put some good swings on the ball, especially the first at bat. But yeah, these games are big for me. These at bats are big for me. I just obviously missed some time there. Wasn't that much time, but heading into our postseason run, I definitely want to have the ability to get these big league at bats. And today finally feels like we're heading in the right direction, and the timing's starting to come along good.
It's only been a few games, but do you feel like each of those games it got a little better, or is it one of those things where, boom, all of a sudden it kind of kicks in, you feel like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to get it?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that it just kind of kicks in, boom. I think, the good thing about coming back is we ran into some pretty good arms. The guy last night was throwing some really good breaking balls, was throwing some really good pitches. So getting to get some high-intensity at-bats early on has definitely been helping.
It looked like you saw a lot of backdoor breaking balls these first few games, and you got to one on that base hit. Is that sort of a good feeling also, getting one of those backdoor off-speed pitches?
Yeah, definitely. Getting deeper in the at-bat, working into a 3-2 count, and finally winning one of the 3-2 counts was big for me. And, all things for me at the plate right now, feeling good, feeling positive about it. And, obviously wanted to get a win tonight, but we're trying to get healthy right now, and I feel like I'm heading in that right direction.
Are you feeling the finger at all, either in the hitting or the throwing, or is it sort of not really much of a factor because of the adrenaline in the game at this point?
No, the adrenaline certainly takes over. I think throwing the ball was probably the hardest thing I felt like I had to do going into it. And, first game right away, I made a couple throws, got that out of the way. So I'm confident now I can throw the ball at will. And, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff holding me back. I can just go out there and play and compete.
Thanks, all.
Bryce Miller.
Hey, Eric. Given that Clevinger was such a key deadline pickup, playoff experience, proven resume, likely #1 starter in the playoffs, what's the level of nervousness that he could be out? And if so, how does that change things starting next week?
It'd be a big blow if we lost Clev. I think a lot of us position players were kind of asking the same thing, whether or not he was just scheduled to throw that amount or what was going on. So, we're hoping for the best news. Obviously, like all the things you said about Clev, he is that. He's came and fit real well with this team. He's fit in, extremely well with this team. He's getting along great with the guys. You can already see him rubbing off on other starters just in bullpen sessions alone. I was fortunate enough to get to track him and to see his understanding of his pitches and to see him explain that to different guys on the staff was a treat to watch. So we're hoping for the best news because like you said before, he's a horse and all those things.
Thank you.
Marty Caswell.
Hey, Eric, following up on that question, how deflating was it for this team when he goes out in the first inning, presumed because of an injury issue? And how do you guys make sure it doesn't weigh you down as you prepare for playoffs?
It's extremely concerning, like we had, just talked about. It's, he's one of the better pitchers in the game, so we certainly want that guy on our team heading into the postseason. But at the end of the day, all we can control is what we can control. So we're certainly hoping it's not a serious deal, but if it is, then, you certainly rally around your teammates. You do what you can to pick those guys up, and somebody else will have to step up.
And yesterday, Jay Stengler said he got the sense that some guys on his team aren't pressing. Did you get that sense when you watch this offense?
No, I think honestly, I think we're in a little different situation right now. We've obviously earned the right to have a little cushion as far as the playoff race goes. We got the clinch early and all that, so we're certainly doing things that we wouldn't be doing if there's these games where everything we're on the line for these games. Tommy and myself are getting our timing right, getting healthy. I know certain pitchers are on certain schedules to get right and heading into the postseason. So the beauty about where we're at right now is, we're heading to San Francisco with a team that's life is on the line. So we certainly know how they're going to treat the series. So, it'll be a good test for us to treat this like a preseason playoff series, kind of a pre-playoff series heading in and understanding the intensity of every pitch. And I think it'll get us ready to go before the real postseason starts.
Thank you.
Right. Any other questions for Haas? Troy Hirsch.
Eric, you kind of mentioned it, but Jason said if there's a time for the offense to kind of be scuffling along, now is the time before you get into the postseason. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, certainly. A lot of baseball players are superstitious, and it's really hard to have your offense clicking for a whole month, especially in postseason month, and just knowing the intensity of those games. You're facing 1-2s and 3s and 7 and 8, 9 guys, so you're certainly at the highest level of intensity when it comes to that. So as far as timing, we feel that like we said, we're going to head into San Francisco. The intensity is certainly going to rev up there, and then carry that momentum into the postseason. So it's definitely a good time to go through some cold spells as an offense right now.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Andy Halburn.
Hey, Eric, just on that point, though, like, what is the most important thing? I mean, you've been through this before. Is it, obviously it's health, but is it playing confident baseball? Is it rest? Is it, do you guys really need to be, what, I guess, potential do you guys need to be in these next 3 games before you hit the postseason? And what's most important heading in there?
For me, most important offensively is just understanding your role, understanding the situation, understanding what the game's presenting you at that point in time. And, there's key situations with, guy on second, less than 2, or nobody out. We really got to bear down on those situations, on getting the guy over and then cashing in, getting the runs in. And that's where I think the intensity certainly has to rev up a little bit, and that's where it will. Treating this like a postseason series, you're going to realize that every run out there, every runner you get on base, every run that you have the ability to get is huge, and that can be the reason you win or lose a game. So that's the most important to me, is just really bearing down on key situations and understanding those situations as each guy in the lineup proceeds.